and Iraq.
So there is the man from Cabo Verde, 27-year-old Lenick Fernandez. His opponent is 21-year-old Luis Enrique Guaman of Ecuador.
Round one.
So we're underway then. This is action in the men's 51-kilogram flyweight division. We're in the round of 32, and it's a contest between boxers from Cabo Verde and Ecuador. The man wearing red is Lenick Fernandez, 27 years of age, part of a 5-strong Cabo Verde boxing team. His opponent, looking to work the body effectively, is Luis Enrique Guaman, 21 years of age, and he too a member of a 5-deep boxing team representing Ecuador. He's certainly taking it to his opponent with no fear of the reputation. Lenick Fernandez attempted to qualify for the Olympic Games at the African Olympic qualification event in Dakar in Senegal. Extensive international club show experience this year as he looks to score off the back foot. Competed in Portugal and France. Looping left hook is landed with the inside of the glove by Guaman. Guaman competed in the 2022 World Youth Championships at 48 kilograms. He's competing here in the 51-kilogram flyweight division. 27 boxers make up the flyweight bracket. Oh, what a 3-shot combination. My goodness. Checking the chin of Guaman, but he took it well and got right back over the front foot, but he won't want to be taking too many punches like that flush, as another jab is disruptive to the head, then a flashing right hand to the body. And having taken a look in the first half of the round, well, Fernandez looking to assert his authority. He pieces his man up with another 2-shot salvo. Oh, terrific straight punching, and I'm sure that the referee's taking a close look at this, because for all the aggression of Guaman, look at how his boxing stance was a little ragged. His punch is taking on a slightly more ponderous quality here now. Hitting on the break from Guaman. He's been touched up repeatedly beyond the halfway stage as right hands and left hooks crashing home. And the referee optimally placed up in the boxing ring, but electing not to issue a standing count. So Guaman is not really paying much attention to defense. There's not much evidence of head movement. He's just trying to blast his way out of any difficulties he's facing. He's been hurt down to the body, takes a right hand to the chin, another right hand comes in, then he puts his man in a headlock, glancing at the big screen, but in doing so, he's looking at the action in ring A, and that could be really disorientating. Well, a terrific conclusion, or second half of the round, produced by Lenick Fernandez, because having taken a look at his aggressive opponent, he began to find gaps in his defenses just like that, and tagged his man repeatedly with some really precise punching, particularly to the head, but occasionally dropping down to the body. Terrific second half of the round produced by Fernandez.
Second out.
So there is confirmation of a clean sweep of the cards for the man from Cabo Verde.
Round 2.
So we move into the second round after the first was taken unanimously by Fernandez. But just as he begun the opening round, Guaman out aggressively looking for that left hook. But again, I'm not really sure he's too concerned with the defensive side of the game. Head snapped back by a left jab. Puts his punches together nicely, but again, there's zero head movement. And his head presenting something, not quite an open target, but a stationary target. Fernandez was briefly southpaw, now turns back orthodox, gets through with a combination of punches. And the more he commits to these attacks, a reverse 1-2, sees the right hand get through from Fernandez. Wonderful counter right hand again. And then dropping down with an attack to the body. And you have to credit the competitiveness of Guaman, because he still believes he can take his man out of there. Little shot landed on a break, good right hand to the body, and Guaman content to plant his feet and swing away, but look at how that hair is just being jolted as he's driven back to the ropes by another right hand lead. It's a very good display this from Fernandez. But Guaman not paying any attention to protecting or evading the incoming offense in any way, shape or form. His whole approach seems to be to fight his way out of any incoming danger that may be en route to him. But in doing so, he's taking an awful lot of scoring punches. Wow, the dreadlocks of Fernandez have just come out of the man bun he was wearing. I think that's going to have to be tended to, because those blonde locks not only could obscure his vision, but could also go into the eyes of his opponent. So I think the referee is going to have to intervene here and let that headband be reapplied. I was ringside at the City of Manchester Stadium when the late, great Ricky Hatton returned to the ring for the first time after being bested as a pro by Floyd Mayweather. And on the undercard was Paulie Malignaggi and Love More and Do. Paulie Malignaggi was sporting braids, and a similar thing happened to him as has just happened to Fernandez. And the corner man had to take the bandage scissors and hack the braids off. So the corner are going to have to get to work on those locks of Fernandez. I think it's going to be another clean sweep of the cards against the spirited Guaman. But he's been scored upon too frequently to see his offense be enough to give him a share of the round. At least that's how I see it.
Seconds out.
So 6 minutes of boxing completed, and both of the rounds scored unanimously.
Your third and final round
in favor of Fernandez. So into the third and final round then, and Guaman needs a massive final round here to overturn the deficit that he faces. And I suggested that the corner were going to have to deal with the dreads. They've given him a little bit of a top knot. Oh, that's a howitzer of a right hook as he's turned southpaw now, Fernandez. And he lands with a really eye-catching shot. He's beginning to enjoy himself up there in the boxing ring. Just got caught by a left hand from Guaman, did Fernandez. The onus is on Guaman to try and do something different. Right hand to the body, left hook upstairs from Fernandez. Wonderful right jab. Snaps the head back of Guaman once again. And now that Fernandez has elected to hit and move, well, Guaman's finding it very difficult to close the gap. At least without not running into a cluster of leather. Nice defense with the right glove from Fernandez. Now he's back in the orthodox stance. As I say that, he switches back to southpaw. And he simply cannot close the gap, Guaman. Nothing wrong with this man's determination or desire, but he needs a big final round, having conceded the first 2 rounds unanimously. More accurate pot shotting from Fernandez. And again, you see, Fernandez can't get over the front foot. He's had his most success when Fernandez has held his feet and he can engage in a trade-off, but Fernandez with the longer reach, quicker footwork, and look at that, epitomizing the art of the sweet science of boxing, hitting without reply. And again, Guaman just simply cannot close the gap. Oh my goodness, well, it's a bit of a slip, but it was a slip over a shot, and the doctor into the ring immediately sent him crashing face first to the canvas, and this contest is over. It's a really spirited performance by Guaman, but he was hit with a high degree of regularity tonight. It was a shot that went over while he was trying to work his way into range and sent him face first to the canvas. Referee waving it off immediately.
Ladies and gentlemen, over on Ring B, your winner by 3rd round knockout, in the red corner representing Cabo Verde, Lenick Fernandez.
So Lenick Fernandez putting the punctuation point on what was practically a punch-perfect performance at the expense of the 21-year-old Luis Enrique Guaman of Ecuador. Very spirited display by the young man from the South American nation. But the sheer volume of punches that he absorbed tonight, perhaps laying the foundation for what proved to be a single shot KO. Very game is Luis Enrique Guaman, but there was the check right hand that he landed with regularity. And when the final denouement came, when it sent Guaman face first to the floor, and the referee waving it off immediately. There it was, left-right combination, as sweet as you like, catching Guaman.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scheduled bout between Moldova and Tanzania has been declared.